What's going on, YouTube? Drano's back at it again, bringing you another video. So back at it again, doing my continuation of my budget series of budget players. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the quarterback episode that kind of kicked things off with this series. If you haven't, I'll try to link it somewhere up here or down below. Go ahead and check that out, especially especially if you got Madden for the holidays and you want to jump into Madden and want to get into it, of course, but obviously you don't have as much of a head start as some of the guys that started all the way up in August. So hopefully with these videos it'll help you out. I actually just got done live streaming, so go ahead and check that out too. I am trying to get on a stream schedule as well going into 2021, so look forward to that. It's just twitch.tv/DranosTV. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. So for today's video, we're going to be going over the running backs, which even though this game is, at least in my opinion, I want to say it's more of a passing game as opposed to Madden 20, where it's a running game. I still feel like it is important in certain scenarios to have a good running back. So again, I'm going to be providing you guys a list of 5 running backs specifically, that you can get for under a budget. You can easily get them for less than 100K and really set yourself up nicely at this position. So let's go ahead and jump into the countdown, starting at number 5. All right, guys, so the first player that I want to go ahead and talk about is actually this Antonio Gibson. He actually has had a couple different cards drop, but the one that I specifically want to talk about is his Team of the Week card that he got. I'm not sure from when this was. I think it might have been Thanksgiving as that card gets bought. As you guys can see, a lot of people are hopping on this card already. So let's take a look at this one. I think this is a great card, especially you can get this for less than 50K, even though I'm looking at this one that says 55. That's not what he goes for. I want to say on the low end, he's probably like a 25-30K card. And this card's great, especially if you're running like someone like myself, if you're running a Washington theme team. Now for me, I'm only running 25-25, but if you are able to get a full Washington theme team, this would be a great addition because you're able to get +4 to his speed. So you're able to put him at 95 speed, 82 catching. It leaves a little bit to be desired, but if you want to, if you don't want to break the bank for a running back, I feel like this card is a go-to because you're able to get him for, like I said, I think it looks like he was going for around 30K like I mentioned. And if you're like super budget, go for his what is this, the Autumn Blast version, which is only -2 speed, and you can get that card for 5K. So just to get you started, you could knock out a string of solos, get some coins, get your coins up, and you easily have yourself a starting running back. All right, guys, so coming in at my number 4 spot, we actually have Bo Jackson, which is kind of crazy because I know this Bo Jackson at the time when he first dropped, he was a solid card. I actually pulled him in a pack opening and I went absolutely nuts. If you guys have been rocking with me recently, you guys know that I went crazy when I pulled this card. But obviously, there's been a ton of cards that have dropped here recently, and I feel like with this Bo Jackson, for 50K, you get yourself a top flight running back. I feel like, between this and the Gibson, you can go either or, to be honest with you. But if you want to, kind of splurge and get a big name, this is definitely the guy for you. 91 speed, 89 trucking, 89 break tackle. So, you may be able to power that up, especially if you're able to get his power up also and kind of stack that there. Or if you I believe this is the Redux actually. So for only 7K more, I believe you don't have to get the power up. Please let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't think you would need the power up in this case to be able to, power them all the way up with all the stats in this case. So yeah, I feel like Bo Jackson's great, for those guys who are running Raiders theme teams, which cat's out of the bag. I'm running a Raiders/Washington football team theme team, which that'll be for a separate video for you guys to take a look at. But yeah, I feel like Bo Jackson coming in at the number 4 spot is a great option. All right, so coming in at my number 3 spot, we have Raheem Mostert from the San Francisco 49ers. Great card. This was his from the not Thanksgiving, the Halloween promo where he was part of the Scary Fast promo. So again, you get yourself a running back here, 92 speed, If you're able to power him up, if you're running a full 49ers team, you can get +1 with the power up and then another +4 if you do sprinter and 49ers chem, which I actually did that whenever I was running a 49er theme team. And man, this dude could just flat out fly. And one thing that was interesting that I saw a lot of comp players actually do, they would, whenever they would run a lot of the sets where they would have a receiver out at running back so they could audible down, Mostert most of the time was the option that they were going to at wide receiver, and a lot of that has to do with the speed that he offers. So again, for this card, for 60K, you get yourself again another option as a top flight running back. And the good thing about Mostert is that he actually gets quite a bit of theme teams. If I'm not mistaken, just right off the top of my head, I know he gets Niners, he gets Ravens, I think he gets Eagles. He gets a ton of theme teams, so he does. You know, you could probably argue he might be a little bit higher just for that reason. But I feel like at number 3, great spot to put Raheem Mostert. All right, so coming in at the number 2 spot. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I think these 2 cards are a must. I mean, I know I mentioned all the other previous cards as well, but this is actually kind of my combination that I run as far as my running backs are concerned, and I'll give you some insight as far as why. But first option that I want to go with here, and coming in at my number 2 spot, got to go with Derrick Henry. Obviously not his 94, 95 juiced up card, although my plan is to eventually get that card. But for, again, less than 70K, you can get him for around 50K. And I want to say at times I've seen him cheaper once like people are pulling bundles and packs and stuff like that. So you get yourself a running back that is going to fall forward. If there's one thing that you guys have to know is, in my opinion, I feel like size and weight actually kind of matters in this year's Madden. And so, honestly, all you got to do, especially at the goal line, like right from the 2, put Derrick Henry at fullback dive, put him on aggressive, and just let Jesus take the wheel. Let just watch the magic happen. It's crazy. Like for me, I think I've maybe, knock on wood, I think I've maybe only fumbled once with him, and that's because I ran into a hit stick, unfortunately. But very rarely do I actually ever run into hit sticks like that, especially with Henry. So, you know, for those types of situations, or like let's say 4th and inches, game on the line, and you need that 1 yard, again, Derrick Henry, fullback dive, run on aggressive, and just watch him fall forward. That's got, in my opinion, he's a must coming in at my number 2 spot. And then coming in at my number 1 spot, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Reggie Bush. It's crazy how he's been in the game for a while. He's been in the game forever, it seems like, yet up until Alvin Kamara came out, was the best running back in the game. And I'm going to go ahead and actually show you why. So as you guys could see, Reggie Bush actually gets this ability called Backfield Master, which if you're not running a Hot Route Master quarterback, this is helpful because you get, I believe it's 4 additional routes from the running back position, which are like the Texas routes, the table routes, things like that. And those are actually really useful routes, especially against man coverage, which is kind of the meta nowadays. But, you know, especially for only 1 AP, I mean, that's about the best you can get from the running back position. Not only that, but he gets improved catching out of the backfield too. I can't tell you the amount of times that I send him out on a wheel route and he just gets a beautiful animation. Very rarely does he really seem to drop it. The only time I've seen him drop it is just like whenever like I timed it wrong and I got hit sticked and he dropped it there in that case. But yeah, I mean, you guys saw the prices there. Reggie Bush was only like 40, 50K. He is, and the good thing about hitting also the power-up's not that much either, because I know they released a pack that gave you an option to choose a free power-up. So the power-up shouldn't be that much. You know, in my opinion, if you could choose any of these running backs on the list, this has got to be your number 1 choice. This Reggie Bush, just for everything that he offers, from not only from the receiving position, but also he's someone that I've seen him get busy on runs, on like on inside zones and things like that. So that's gonna go ahead. Reggie Bush, my number 1 option. Like I said, I still use him to this day. He's goon in my opinion. So he's probably gonna stay there until maybe, I mean, I'm not sure how much I'm really gonna try to get Kamara. I don't think he's gonna be that much better than Reggie Bush outside of the price, of course. So but yeah, I mean, hopefully this video again helped you out. Hopefully you guys are building your team, especially the new guys that are, you know, starting to get into MUT and still kind of unsure how they want to build this team. Hopefully this helps you. And if you guys did enjoy, you know, I'd really appreciate you guys hitting that like button. And if you guys are looking forward to more of these videos, consider subscribing to the channel. And until the next one, guys, this is Dre Knows, and we're signing out. Peace.